And the whole point of this journey is really that we're going to start clearing all sort of remnants of Egyptian past lives that we've been holding in our chakras that are blocking us. The basis of a lot of what's going on now can be attributed there or Atlantis. But there was a colony from Atlantis that went to Egypt when everything exploded, imploded, whatever. So it's like a way to break patterns and that kind of thing. And by getting rid of the negative, perhaps we can step into the more positive aspects from Egypt. For myself, I've had, I don't know, like 3 or 4 past lives that I've had work through. One of them, I was murdered by an enchanted snake, like that was set on me through jealousy. And it sounds crazy. But it took me like 5, 6, 7 healing sessions to, and then it still popped up again. So it was a big deal. And I think perhaps I was still holding on to a little bit of that, innate fear. So I've got like a physical sign on my body. And it's not like, snake teeth, but it's potentially where that happened. I'm still wearing that in a way. So it's really that holding of that trauma. And another life that I was told about was one where again I was killed. But I did apparently something great. Apparently there's an Egyptian form of acupuncture. So I haven't seen this for myself. Somebody else saw this for me. So it sounds great. But yeah, so I had created this form of acupuncture, but I was, no, actually, I'm saying it wrong. So I'd been poisoned and I created this acupuncture in order to save myself. But then I still carried the poison in my body now with the liver. So it's just that remembrance, the energetic remembrance. And then since then, I've had, again, somebody else has seen this for me, but more sense of poorer lives, like being buried alive and that kind of thing, something to do with the Nile. Perhaps it was a life where I was working quite closely with it and it was literally the lifeblood of my life. Yeah. So there's a lot going on. I mean, one guy came and chatted to me when I was at a market and he's like, oh, yeah, we're in the temples together and you're definitely there. We're working together. And I'm like, cool. Yeah. So, of course, with everything, there's the good and the bad. Like, there was a life where I got killed, so that's feminine, divine feminine, right? And then there's the life where I was poisoned but rescued myself, and that was a masculine life. So I believe, anyway, maybe with all lives, or at least the stronger ones, you have a feminine life within it, if that makes sense, and then a male life. So you can see it from both sides. And or let's say a strong life from each. Only theories. So all these sessions are basically based around the pyramid and the power of 3. So mind, body, spirit. And today we're going to be looking third eye, but they'll show me this morning third eye, ears, that pyramid shape there, and then how all that was linking. And this morning when they were showing me, it was quite very masculine. It was very much sitting in the side of my face and working away. Each of us have our own pyramids. We're each pyramid. So crown chakra and our base. And so our goal to work through the past lives through each chakra, that we can actually bring the energy in through our higher chakras. We've all got something that we're here to do, that we want to do, energy that we're bringing through, right? So by clearing this, we're clearing the space that we can take it from these sort of intangible spaces, these intangible chakras, and bring it down into the physical world. So manifestation may happen easier for us, like what we're trying to create. They're allowing us to be able to pull through the energy easier. So that'd be good to see. And if you think, look at the base of the pyramid, the root, and look at this point here. So, it's like how to work on a physical level, bring the intangible in and make it tangible. And a lot of it is about, so it's the linking sight, hearing, communication. So really clearing that space. And it showed me that, and then it brought it down to the throat. So next week we're going to be working through the throat as well. So it's all going to be linking up, and it seems to be quite thorough. It's like there's overlap, which is quite cool. And if you think about while we're alive, things that happened in Egypt, so we're going to clear that. They're also showing it's important how you're dealt with during the mummification process. Mm-hmm. So any misuse of your body, or when you died, if you weren't properly dealt with. One of my lives, the first time I saw that one when I was killed with the snake, I first saw it as I was like this, mummified. So I suppose that's when your spirit is still close to your body. If you haven't had the sense to just cross over, you're still experiencing trauma that comes with you. And when they're sort of clearing you out for mummification, I got this real sense that it's important for your third eye. So, think lobotomy. It's interesting, but now it's just too creepy. And maybe because I know that it happened. And the ears. So there's going to be quite a bit about the ears. Well, that's what they said. So you may just sense that energetically. But, the Fibonacci. Yeah, and we've got that cochlea. And then the ear itself. The cochlea within the ear and the ear. So it's that Fibonacci. It's like spiritual growth, they said. So it's maybe we'll be able to hear and see more with this. And by doing that, they're going to allow it so you can, when you hear light language and have a sound healing, the body can receive it better if that part of your body's more balanced. And I may sound a bit, less confident, but it's just like what I saw this morning, and I thought, hey, that's so cool. I haven't read it in a book. I was just showing that. So and it made a lot of sense. I could feel it made sense. So it's clearing from the top down to allow for a more effective manifestation. And you can have a more obvious impact in the world, so other people can see it through their earthly senses. And then that comes with learning to earth energy more effectively, efficiently. And basically, copper. So they showed me, have you seen those? They're resin pyramids, and they put crystals in them, and sometimes they have copper organites or something like that. But they showed me that, and it was the feeling like we're going to become as effective as copper. We're going to be our own copper. And they use the copper for helping things grow and that kind of thing. You become the copper. I've got a card here, the Temple of Lapis Lazuli, goddess of the ancient skies. So that came out the first time I got all the information.